What's going on, guys? It's your boy, the Gaming Messiah, the beast on himself. What did I even just say right there? Like I said that way too fast. The biblical beast himself, the Gaming Messiah, the undiscovered talent, the Archangel. We out here with a different video than normal. Like usually when it comes to any kind of like in person video that I do for YouTube, it's usually like a cut from Twitch that I upload to YouTube. Not this one. This is a regular discussion video that will have gameplay later on. But for the most part, we're going to start off with, us mano face-to-face chit-chat about some things. So what I'll talk about today, and I'll have gameplay for multiple games, not just the, one game, but multiple games. I don't want to, because this is a wide conversation. This is a wide discussion. We make discussion videos on this channel, and this is a wide discussion. And that discussion is Nerf culture. Now, you probably don't really hear much about Nerf culture. And the reason you don't hear about Nerf culture a lot is because a lot of people don't acknowledge it, as well as most people don't want to admit that they're a part of it. What is Nerf culture? Well, in gaming, Nerf culture is the thought process that everything needs to be bad. Everything needs to be nerfed. Everything is too strong. Nerf it, nerf it, nerf it. And it's been a thing in gaming since the beginning, since the first time someone had the chance to compete against another person and they lost. There's been this thought of something is too strong or there's something that's unfair. It comes to like especially online games, like you can go as far back. Let's just go back always like Black Ops 1 or Modern Warfare 2 or even like Halo 2. Like let's go, you can go even that far back where you have people like, oh, I lost this fight because this gun was too good. And there are like a lot of situations where there are some actual like unbalanced weapons in video games and unbalanced characters in video games. But usually what happens is people die in a video game and they feel like the only way it makes sense that they died is if something's not right, something's wrong, something's unbalanced, something's broken, the game is fucked up. I didn't die because someone got the drop on me. I didn't die because I'm bad at the game. I didn't die for any of these reasons other than that weapon or that character is too strong. So let's use some more modern references. The first will be Apex. Apex is just come out with a bow called the Bowcheck. Compound bow. It's pretty meh. And it's being widely considered as overpowered. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, I've made multiple posts stating that I don't think the bow's overpowered, which I don't. I don't think it's overpowered at all. I think it's just a new gun. Now I've had conversations with multiple people, not just on Twitter, but like also on Facebook, Facebook Messenger, Xbox Live Party chats, Twitter, as well on about my Twitch live streams. Which if you're watching on Twitch Live, follow me on Twitch. Links will be in the description box below. Recently been playing Resident Evil. I'm planning on doing Mass Effect remastered streams pretty soon when the game comes out. But anyways, I digress. So when it comes to this bow check conversation, I've only had 2 people openly disagree with me, and neither of them actually backed up anything with like factual information or anything other than you don't know what you're talking about. Basically, the one person told me that I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't. Maybe she just doesn't understand what I was saying, or she just one of these angry gamers who got wrecked by something and just thinks that it's overpowered because they got wrecked by it. There's other person who basically just like said a bunch of random ass shit that was not true at all when it came to the. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to read this person's exact response, and now I'll go over the bow check in general. But I'm going to read to you the legit tweet from this person. I don't even know who this person is. This person doesn't follow me, doesn't follow anybody who I know. Probably just someone who legit was just looking for someone who's talking about the bow check at Apex or talking about Apex in general. Saw it and just wanted to respond. All right, so here's what this person said. This idiot. She said the bow does 70 body damage. You know what also does 70 body damage in Apex? The Sentinel. I'll get back to that. No need to reload. It's a bow. It shoots one arrow at a time, so you kind of need to reload. Like, I don't know if you noticed about Apex. The time to kill is pretty high. So let's go back to the 70 body damage. If the bow does 70 body damage, the average player, not even average, everybody who plays Apex has 150 health at the beginning of the game this season because they drop you with shields on. And white shields is 150 damage. It's just 150 shields. So do the math. If the bow does 70 on a body shot, let's say you land a body shot on white shields, you subtract 70 from that 50. need to reload your bow. You like you're not guaranteed a kill right there. Those two statements that she made right there, they contradict each other. If you do 70 on a body to someone who has 150 on white shields, don't you need to like reload your bow, put a second arrow on the rest so you can actually fire again? Or do you just shoot that one shot and go, all right, that was enough. Let's continue. Practically silent. Me and my friends hate the bow. Why? It's loud and annoying. This practically silent bow, as she said, is actually really annoying. It makes a whizzing sound. Here's the thing about the bow. I'll say this: everyone who uses the bow misses their shots most of the time. All you hear is just whiz, just that's literally what you hear all the time in Apex nowadays, because people are just whiffing their shots because people can't aim with it for shit. The bow in the game has a pretty quick drop off, which she does say in her little statement that there is no drop off, but you can literally go to the firing range, test the bow out, and see that it does have a drop off. As well, like I've watched streams people use a bow, it drops off. I've used the bow, it has a drop off. Anyways, it's not silent. You can hear it. You literally hear the sound of it like going past you. It's an annoying sound. So once again, her statement incorrect. Let's go back to her comment. By the time you figure out where you've been shot from, you are cracked with another arrow. That comment contradicts your previous statement about you don't need to reload. So what you're saying right there is you got hit with an arrow and someone had to hit you with another arrow because you got cracked. They had to reload their arrow in their bow. But you said you don't need to reload. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous statement. Now, will you get cracked from one shot from the arrow from the bow? If you're on white shields, yeah, it does 70 damage. That's the only thing she said about in her little post towards me that was right, was the 70 damage. It does do 70 damage on body shots, but so does the Sentinel. And I've said this multiple times that the bow is literally just the Sentinel, but a bow. And if you don't like that, then the thought process you should have is maybe they should just make a sniper rifle. Basically, a bow in any video game is a cool sniper rifle. I'll get into that in a little bit. Let's continue with her statement. No drop off. We already talked about how there is drop off. We talked about you can literally just go to firing range, fire from point blank range, go back 20 meters, fire again, like another 20 meters and fire again. Just keep going backwards, and you'll see drop offs pretty immediately after that first 20 meters. You're not going to be pinpoint shots right there. Again, think of it like a sniper rifle. Sniper rifles don't just shoot straight in Apex. Watch the gameplay, play the fucking game. Requires aim like every other weapon. All right, so that's the last thing. Well, she said a little bit more. But let's talk about this one. Requires aim like every other weapon. That's not true. If every weapon in the game requires the exact same amount of aim, then there wouldn't be any drop off at all for any gun. If every gun in Apex required the exact same amount of aim, shotguns would behave the exact same way as SMGs. SMGs would behave the same way as ARs. ARs would behave the exact same way as marksman rifles, which would react the same way as a sniper rifle. They don't, which means all of them require a different level of aim. You can blind fire a fucking, Vault, R99, an R3, a Havoc, a L-Star. You don't want to really blind fire the Kraber. It seems like that's a waste of the Kraber. You can blind fire a triple take, but you want to blind fire a longbow? They all require a different level of aiming because they all have different stats for how their aiming works. Think about that. This is not rocket science. Every weapon in the game has a different build to them on how they work, from their drop offs to their range to their fire rate. Everything has its own stat. So the last thing she said is the word OP to describe the bow. Now, what did I say to her? I'll tell you. My response to that comment was generally, have you used it? Do you play the game? Because here's what I think. I think people like her probably don't even play the game. And if she does play the game, she probably plays it very scarcely, or just is probably bad at it and just needs something to rant about when it comes to the fact that This has to be strong because it's a bow, and then I don't like the fact that I got hit twice while wearing white armor and it hurt. Anyone who, I won't say anyone, if you've played this game, Apex Legends, which will throw on some gameplay pretty soon when it comes to Apex, and you've used the bow, you know it's not that strong. Well, look, again, that's debatable. I won't say debatable. When I say the word is not strong, you have to like consider the fact that it does perform equally to the Sentinel, which is a sniper rifle. And this is not even really an Apex statement. This is an in general video game statement. When it comes to bows in video games, you have to choose. Is a bow going to be very strong like a sniper rifle, or is it going to be weak? If it's going to be the latter, there's no point of being in your game. Bows are a weird thing in video games because bows inherently don't react the way they're supposed to react in video games. Bows in IRL, take it from IRL Archer, for those who don't know about me, I'm an IRL Archer. I know how bows fucking works. Bows in IRL aren't as strong as they are in video games. That's just how they are. Can they hurt somebody? Of course. Can they kill somebody? Of course. But they're not as strong as video games make them out to be. So you have them in a video game, you have to choose those two things. You want to be strong like sniper rifle, or you want to be weak. If it's weak, why is it in your game? Every game that has a bow, the bow is a good weapon. Look at Destiny. You play Crucible in Destiny. Most bows are 2 shots to the head. First shot breaks your armor on a headshot. The second shot kills you in Destiny. Most bows in Destiny murder as PvE. You play a game like Tomb Raider, the most recent Tomb Raider game. This is a single player game. Shut up. The bow is the primary weapon, and it's 1 shot on headshots for all ads that aren't bosses. You look at most video games that have a freaking bow in it. The bow is strong. You look at Hanzo and Overwatch. You know, usually when a bow is not strong in a video game, it's games like RPGs. It's games like MMOs where it requires rapid, succession of shots to do damage. Because, damage modifiers are very, very, spread out, as well as the enemies have thousands of damage, not just 100 or 150 or 200. It's thousands of damage. So MMOs, RPGs are usually in the category of games where bows where it's acceptable that a bow isn't even, massively, strong. It's not a one-hit kill, because nothing in MMOs, unless you're like overpowered as fuck, is a one-hit kill. No one's walking around and ESO with a goddamn staff that's 1 shot in freaking bosses. But in games like Apex, Destiny, other games that have bows, there's no script for this. It's not on top of the dome. But there's other games that have bows, and they all are usually 2 shots. Usually. In Apex, much as I tend to rag on Apex, let's say rage, much as I tend to rag on Apex for a lot of its inconsistency like that. Probably the only one of those two when compared to Destiny. Those things go, but it's a battle royale. Shut up. It takes your chance of dying is higher in Destiny's Crucible when it comes to the bow than Apex's bow check, because people miss their shots a lot. Unless someone's legit an accurate freaking shooter, you're not going to be guaranteed death by the bow. I've been playing Apex a lot this season. Anyone who knows me, and here's what's funny. Another person, in response to my tweet about the bow not being overpowered, said, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know how the game worked. I don't know anything about the game. I've been playing this game on and off since it came out, literally since it first was capable of being played on console. I solo queued the plat more than once on console. I'm currently ranking up to get the plat on PC. I play this game pretty much a lot, way more than I probably should for someone who is constantly shitting on Apex. Because I do. I talk a lot of shit about Apex, but I play it a lot. I think I do think it's a fun game and an enjoyable game. So people who are accurate with the Wingman, the Sentinel, snipers in general, will be able to use the bow check enough. But the mass majority of the player base, not so much. My own experience when it comes to the bow against me, not me using it, but against me, I've never been in a situation where I've been hit by the bow and I'm like, yo, fuck that bow. or is too strong. I've probably been killed by the bow twice. Both of those times were by a team who was not even in the fight that I was in. Like the most recent one that happened, I was in a fight. I was playing Bangalore, and I was in a fight, and I don't have a clip for it, so there's not gonna be a clip for it. But I was in a fight. I got 2 knocks, and I was gonna get the third knock because my teammate was an idiot, rushed in, got knocked himself. But I got two out of 3 knocks, and I was low on health. I didn't have shields, so I'm flesh, and I tried to like kind of like not fully retreat, but like move to the left side to use a shield battery. I get hit from behind, and that hit from behind knocks me. It was a third party, that's which is a natural thing with Apex. A third team was like somewhere behind. I don't even know where they were behind it. I just know that the shot came from behind. I got knocked. It was by a bow. My reaction to it was, all right. I have no shields on. I'm already low on health because I literally just got into a I got out of a fight where I knocked 2 people. And a team who knows where behind me took a shot and landed it. I've been in a lot of situations in this game this season where some situations happen, but they miss. I want to die like twice to the bow, and never have I felt like it was a bullshit situation. The issue with video gamers is a lot of the times, this is gonna be a long video by the way, a lot of the times people just die in games and just feel like the reason they died was bullshit. They feel like someone was cheating. I remember watching the streamer before, and he got like domed by the Sentinel. And he legit was like, this person's cheating. He could not fathom he got domed by the Sentinel and knocked while he was in cover. But you watch his stream, and I actually I was curious about it. I literally went through his VOD and replayed like that scene. And you literally see where he got shot by. There's these 2 boxes. There's a crack between that box. Pretty sizable crack. He got shot through that crack. But he thinks he got, that someone's cheating. He thinks someone's shooting through the boxes to hit him, cheating with the Sentinel. It's like, there's a crack right there. He shot you through that crack. Because again, gamers mentally just assume if they die in a way that doesn't make sense to them, or it's just crazy that they died, whatever reason, there has to be an excuse. I've been beamed by R3s, not once if I called overpowered. I had a game the other day where my friend Potato's like, what hit you? Like, no, it's R3. That was my reaction to it. He's like astonished that I got melted, like just full on beamed by R3 at distance. I'm just like, yeah, it's R3. I've had multiple games where I've gotten beamed by R3 in that way. Just, it happens. I've been melted by the R9. Been melted by the fucking vault. Everyone has. Everyone has been melted in some situation by a gun. It just happens. Here's something about the bow check before I'll get off Apex. The bow check is new. And when something is new, everyone's going to use it. And this is where the words overused should be used instead of the word overpowered. Give it time. The season just started. The bow just came out. Again, it's new. People want to use it because it's fucking new. Also, bows are cool. People love fucking bows. I'm an IRL archer. People love that shit. Don't even do it. People think I'm cool because I have bows. It's just bows. Yes, my brain sees it that way because I do it. But like, they're just bows. And it's like, people are attracted to it. People are attracted to the idea of using bows in video games. But, as I'm going to say again, overused is what the bow is. Overpowered. 70 damage on a freaking body isn't a big deal. The Sentinel does that. Just look at bows like sniper rifles. That's what they are. They're basically just really cool sniper rifles. That's it. They're just really cool design sniper rifles. Have a lot of similar makeup, a lot of similar characteristics when it comes to in video game format, especially when it comes to shooters. A comparison I'll give to you when it comes to Apex is the Vault. When the Vault first came out, I was the person who's everyone like the bolt is kind of like down the middle when it comes to how people view it. The Vault, when that came out, a lot of people hated that gun. A lot of people thought it was overpowered. I didn't. I was like, it's literally just the R9 but energy weapon, but energy. And I brought that to the table. I literally made a post about the Vault, and someone commented, I think it's actually Blue Pistol. Who's met me, she blew them down. It's not even just her. Multiple people I've had this conversation with, and she was like, used about, you know, about what she thinks about the vault. My reply to her, which the same reply I had to other people who questioned my opinion on the vault, was it does the exact same damage as R. It does the same things as R9. Why is the R9 allowed to melt people at close range, but not the vault? No one can reply to me because not because they just didn't have an answer, but because it hit them in their head that you're right. The vault is the R9. The R9 is the first freaking SMG in the game next to the freaking Yalsator when it comes to Apex. Everyone was used to the freaking R9. Then the R9 got put into a freaking care package. The vault comes out and it's like, this gun is just insane. It really wasn't. It was just a new R9 essentially. Now the vault and R9 are both freely able to be picked up in Apex, and they both still melt people. It's a shooter. It happens. You're going to get melted every now and then. Sometimes guns are just strong. I've never been in a situation in Apex where the bow checks while I won or lost a game. I've never even seen anybody win with the bow. I watch a few streams. I've yet to see anyone who I watch who play Apex win because of the bow. Wanna know why? Because it's not overpowered. If something is overpowered, it makes you succeed. Go back to Black Ops. The FAMAS was widely considered the most powerful gun in Black Ops 1. People were getting insane gameplays with that fucking gun. It showed. There were statistics that showed this is a strong weapon. This is overpowered. Which, in Rainbow Six Siege, her FAMAS was also overpowered. You saw over years they had to keep nerfing it and rebalancing it since the launch to get it to where it's now, where it's considered pretty balanced. It's still a good gun, but it's not overpowered anymore. Ash, her R4, Jaeger, and his freaking I forgot what his gun dude called. But like, those guns all got balanced to a point where they're still good guns. They're still top shelf guns, but no one uses them overpowered anymore because they've all been tweaked a little bit. So could the bow check be tweaked? Sure, you can make it 60 damage on body instead of 70. I wouldn't go lower than 60 though, because I feel like if you go lower than 60, then there's just no point. If you have a sniper, tier weapon that does 60 damage on a body shot, why even bother? It's especially when it's even harder to land shots with than a sniper rifle. It's easy as fuck to land shots with a Kraber. It's easy as fuck to land shots with a longbow and sentinel and triple take. It's not that easy to land shots with a bow. Especially if you're like actually using it, in the long range combat. And if you're using it in close range combat, you're gonna lose because you're just gonna get melted. I've seen people do that. I've seen people freaking try to use the bow in mid range and close range gunfights and just get obliterated because bullets fly quicker and there's more of them. You have one arrow. You got 25 shots in that freaking that mag. But in general, I know it's accessible to other things as well. And Apex has kind of just been taken over. Like it's been basically a longer video than it should have been. It's mostly been about Apex. I kind of want to talk about other games as well. I did mention Siege a little bit, but Apex has kind of been like the talking point. And honestly, even though it was important part of the plan, there's no script for this video. Just me. That's just us talking. When you see my eyes looking, I'm looking at Streamlabs, recordings on Streamlabs. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Streamlabs. There is no script. I can look at the camera, but I don't really feel like look at the camera. I have two monitors. One monitor's right here. If I was reading a script, I'm looking straight. I'm not looking at my second monitor. I was also talking about Lifeline. It's another example of people just wanting things to be easy. That's kind of why Nerf exists. Nerf exists because people want an easy road in a video game. Lifeline did not need to lose the shield for her revive, but she did because people complain about it. I've never been in a game where Lifeline was the reason why I felt like she was just too strong. Most of the times when I see a Lifeline, use her revive, I just throw a nade. I throw, any freaking throwable that I can. It usually works. I'll try to get high ground and get above her. There's no shield above them. I'll push them. A lot of times that's what I do. A lot of times I do push them. And I might show a clip of me pushing people if I can find some.
Fucking shit.
Her shield was never strong. It was never a problem. She got nerfed because people bitch and moan because they're bad at video games. That's kind of what it comes down to. A lot of people are just bad at games and make up for the fact that they're not good at the game, or they're not great at it, or they're not even like average at the game, or maybe just below average. Who knows? They just rant about this is too strong. And like my new thing right now is just to make memes about it. You'll literally see me put on Twitter, I'll die in a video game and just be like, you know what? Handguns are too strong. P2020 is too strong. I'll just say shit like that in people's streams and whatnot, because I think it's just hilarious. You can look at this video however you want. You can disagree, fine. I don't say anything. This thing about me, and people who know me don't notice. I don't say anything with the thought process of what other people's responsible. I don't care. If you agree with me, cool. If you don't, cool. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. My opinion only changes if there's factual information that's provided to me where my opinion should change, which is how opinions should work. Don't bring you new information that is correct information. Your opinion should be altered. In my experience, when it comes to what I'm talking about in this video, nothing has made me believe the opposite of what I've stated. And it is what it is. If you disagree, you disagree. My response would be, especially when it comes to bow check, if you think the bow check's too strong, use it yourself. See how good you do. Like, don't use anything else. Just use strictly the bow check. Don't pick up a second gun. Just use the bow check. Record your gameplay. And let me see. If the bow check is as strong, if it's overpowered, because overpowered dictates that you're going to decide games. When I hear the words "this is overpowered," is going to decide who wins, who loses. When you use the word overpowered in like Yu-Gi-Oh, that is a card that needs to be banned immediately, because it's going to just dictate games. If you think the bow check is too strong, use it. Use it, and that should be the only thing that you use. Prove me wrong. If you're a streamer and you think it's overpowered, have a stream where that's the only thing you fucking use. The ball's in your court. The ball is in your court. Prove me wrong. Like, just you use it. I want to see you win with it. I want to see you get 1,000+ damage with it. I want to see you get multiple kills with it. Not just 3 kills and like top 5. Like, no. Carry. If it's supposed to be so strong, it's supposed to be such an OP weapon, carry. Go out there and carry with it. Go out there and beat the R9, and beat the Vault, and beat the Havoc, and beat the Kraber, and beat the R9, the R3, and beat all the guns. Because it's overpowered, and by default, you should win all those fights. I'll wrap it up. I can keep going. Like, if you watch my streams, I can talk for 5 hours straight. Sometimes longer. I can talk longer than that. I can keep this shit going. I really could. I can talk about other games too, but I'm not going to. It's almost 30 minutes, so I will wrap it up. I'm pretty sure half of y'all probably check the fuck out. A lot of you disagree, probably going to dislike the videos, and still call me an idiot. Still say I don't know what I'm talking about. And I'll tell you this: there's not a single person who will see this video. There's not a single person who I associate with on Twitter or Twitch where if they say they don't agree with me, there's no one where I'll be like, ow, I really wish you did. I'll rethink what I said because you don't agree. I don't care. That's kind of just how I am. And you can take it how you will. It's not like a superiority complex, and people might think that. It's just, if you're not saying anything that actually actually disprove what I'm saying, then what are you saying? You're basically just saying you're speaking because you think one thing that, I'm not even saying that you're even like entirely wrong. Maybe something that you will say will be right. But when it comes to the bow check, when it comes to Lifeline, neither of those things are overpowered. None of them. Not a single one of those things are overpowered. They nerfed Lifeline, so there's no going back on that. But the bow check will probably get nerfed. I'm gonna say it's probably going to get nerfed because people cry too much, and developers are stupid. They listen to Crybabies. Quick update. Just gonna jump right in here. So, funnily enough, right after I recorded the video that you're currently watching, which was recorded yesterday. Today's Wednesday. The video was recorded on Tuesday and uploaded, on Wednesday. So a couple hours after I recorded the video that you're watching today, a friend sent me an article where they're actually going to nerf the bow, and lo and behold, they're doing exactly what I said they should do in this video, which is take off 10 damage. Respawn's gonna nerf the bow from 70 to 60 on body damages. I look a little rough right now. A little just woke up. I'm ready to hop in the shower. But anyways, so I'm gonna like jump in here, do a little edit, just point it out. Respawn's gonna do it. They're gonna nerf it, like I said they would. Literally everything that I said in this video is coming into fruition when it comes to the only way they can nerf the bow, which is to take off 10 damage. I repeated it multiple times in the video. They're going to make it 60 damage because that's either you make it 60 damage or you don't nerf it at all. Because if you go lower than 60, what's the point? Doing 50 damage on a body shot will be terrible. If you're gonna have a bow in your video game, it has to be good, or just don't have it in your game at all. Because if it's not good, there's no point picking it up. No point picking it up. It shouldn't be in the game. So let's get back to the video. Let's finish it off. And I'm a firm believer in that you don't nerf things, you just make everything else around it better. That's how I see things with video games. I see things in a lot of things. If something's too strong, especially in PvE related stuff, and that's a whole nother discussion. If something's too strong, make everything else around it better. Let's say even things out. Just make everything else around it better. You don't have to like make everything bad. That's happening too much in video games. Too many video games is just nerfing things into the ground until they become useless. If the bow becomes useless, which it will become useless if it does less than 60 damage on body shots, there's no point having it in the game. But with all that said, that is it for this video, this discussion video that lasted longer than it was supposed to. This video probably would have been like 15 minutes at max if I just, had a script or something like that. But it is what it is. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. I will have another discussion similar to this one, but different, but more PvE related, but kind of on a similar topic. But you probably see that video soon. We'll see. If you want to follow me on Twitch, if you made it this far, links will be in the description box below. I stream Monday through Thursday, usually. But match that comes out, I will stream probably every day. To be honest with you. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. Be safe, be kind to one another. Again, if you disagree, disagree. If you don't, I don't. What do you want me to do? You want me to say? You want me to like, golly, man, I'm sorry. You're right. Let me change how my brain works and delete this video, delete all my posts that I made about this kind of stuff, and just, you're right. I'm sorry. Let me bow to you because everyone else does. Goodbye. Good night. Bang.